And it's not even retrograde. All right. Okay. And it's not even retrograde. Okay, so what do I do here? Okay. Okay, you do it. Okay, so this is just the thing, right, people? We're learning as we go. Isn't life all about learning? I apologize, everybody. So we're back now. This Priestess Jordan is getting me set up. Thank you, Priestess Jordan. She's like such a fast whiz about it. Retry. Here we go. Third time's the charm, right? Okay. So here we are. Hello again. Hi, Priestess. I see that you're on. Thank you, AP, Selena. So I was waiting for people to get on, even if they found us or thought, okay, I guess I didn't do Shakti's MIA because, it's already 7 past the hour and I'm barely here. So that's cool. But I just wanted to get on here anyways. So there's been some interesting shifts in my energies. I've been thinking about the new moon and doing these live broadcastings on YouTube. I love doing them. I also feel like there needs to be some sort of shift. So there'll be some coming changes. I'm not sure exactly what yet. I'm intuitively listening and being guided as to what's going to be changing as things do, as everything changes, right? So, with that being said, I'm so glad you're here. Please say hello in the chat if you're able to. Mr. Wallace, I know you're driving, so please do not say hello in the chat, but I'm sure you're here, and thank you, Mr. Wallace, for being here. And everybody, thank you for being here. So tonight, we're going to just talk about the energies. We're going to talk about the new moon in Aries. How does that feel for you, the new moon in Aries, versus like last month when we got together and it was in Pisces? How does that feel? Also, this month there's going to be a black moon. So that's exciting. Now, I want to go back a couple of months when I said there was a black moon as well. And there was. So for those who are in the US, we had a black moon, which was kind of interesting because some people did not. If you were anywhere outside of the US, in Europe, so to speak, or, or as an example, or down under, whatever, that changes. It was not a black moon for you. So it's just for those who observe Pacific Standard Time to Eastern Standard Time because of the way that it hit. Yeah. We have 2 black moons. So we had a black moon like only a couple months ago. So that's kind of cool. And so we have one this month. So we'll be seeing each other again this month in April. So Priestess Lena says, maybe they thought it was April Fool's about a new moon. Where is everyone? I don't know. So I don't know if people just are not getting on or they're just too busy or whatever, but we can just have fun together. Anyways, and just chat. So I don't know. Yeah, we're on Luxunis, right? Or is it under a magical moon? No, this is it, right? It's Luxunis. So, well, regardless, I think it's really exciting, the changes that are coming, because, things need to change as they evolve. And I believe I was speaking with Priestess Selena about this and talking about changing and shifting things, amping up leveling. So, today it was interesting. I pulled some cards for myself out of the same deck that I'm going to be using tonight. And I got like these understandings about the currents, the current energies, the currents, the streams, and how it's going to be moving, how it's going to be shifting my life, and as well as I'm sure everybody else's. Can you feel it? And for me, I can. And I may not know exactly what, but I can kind of feel the way it feels for me that I know that there's going to be changes is when I feel a situation and it feels resistant, or it feels kind of sticky, if that makes sense. It feels like there's some sort of resistance with me. Like I'm not meshing. There's not a resonance anymore. And I wonder what that's about. And I think, okay, does it mean that I need to make complete changes? Does it mean I need to, to cut things off, no longer or release it, or what does it mean? And so in that evolution, right, it could just mean that it's just time to revisit those situations. It isn't just ignore it or just push through, because sometimes it's like spinning your wheels in mud, right? You're not really getting anywhere. And there's a reason why. And it could just be certain little things you need to change, or it could be a complete change altogether. So, okay, so like, yeah, I see Priestess Selena saying yes. So, are you feeling that way too? So it's just really interesting how that's been affecting me lately in certain areas of my life, and I feel like there needs to be more of me just more regularly, the way I used to way back when. I talked about this too before, just being on here and being more regular on here, kind of like I used to do with my old channel, One Ascension. So I think Luxunis needs a little bit of a dusting off, but we'll see like exactly how. But I know that it's definitely time. So anyway, so tell me some things in your life that so the focus for the sisterhood, by the way, we're going to be opening up the doors to the sisterhood again, which I'm really excited about. Coming next week, we're going to open up the doors, and it's going to be very, very exciting to start to look at membership requests. It's free to join. At the same time, there is an application process, which is simply answering the questions that are given in the Luxunis Sisterhood, and from there, we consider you. It'll be the doors will open officially in May 1st, and they'll go through the month. Now, when we say consider, it doesn't mean like you're worthy enough or anything. It just makes, for us, the vibration has to be a certain way, and it's about making sure there's a resonance, like we said before, like I just mentioned, and also that you're open to what it is that what we are about, what we focus on. So it in no way, shape, or form means that it's a rejection or you have to prove yourself in any kind of way. It's simply about whether you're a fit for the sisterhood or not. So I invite you to join if you feel called to, and I'll be setting up some videos, a little bit about it, so you can see. And I believe there is one already on the Luxunis page in YouTube that you can look at and you can see and focus on for the sisterhood. Like that focuses on the sisterhood and it's what it does, what it's about. So yeah, those recordings were so much fun. Priestess Jordan had so much fun with me, and unfortunately when I set the channel, it erased so many of them, which was so sad because I don't think I have them saved anymore. I may on an SD card somewhere, but who knows where that's at. So anyways, so tonight I want you to think about why you're here, what this new moon is about for you. Okay, it's in Aries, so it's a fire sign. It's about that powerful fire that fuels passions. And interestingly enough, that's where I was leading kind of with the sisterhood thing. That's what we're focusing on this month, passions, right? So where do you feel your passion is being pulled? Do you have an indicator, or do you feel like you need to shift your passion or build your passion, right? Maybe it doesn't feel like you're passionate about a lot, and maybe that needs to shift. So where is that? So that, hi Candy, I see you. Where do you feel like that your focus needs to be with that? Is it to refuel it, like find it, or put it into a focus that isn't calling you? So there's certain areas, right? We can feel it and put our passion. So I want you to think about that for a second. Is it just to feel more passionate about something? Is it to reignite passion? Like, you feel something still for a certain situation, like a creativity, an output, something that you're doing that that you're not supposed to just be done with. At the same time, there's not a lot of creative spark and you don't feel as passionate as you used to. And it could be simply because of the expectation or the pressure for this thing. Or it could simply mean that you don't even know what you're passionate about and you're in that space of, well, what is it? Self-assessment. Wherever that is, just take a moment to think about that. Like for me, there's a lot of different things. And I feel like sometimes when you get into doing something consistently, after a while it becomes routine and the passion necessarily isn't behind there anymore. It's kind of like saying the same thing over and over again, but the meaning is kind of lost. Like you say certain things or certain phrases, or maybe talk to a loved one and it isn't as meaningful as it should be, not because you don't mean the words, but simply because the passion isn't there, because it's so routine. So think about in your life where that would apply or where it's applicable. And using these energies, the stirrings of the fire of Aries, what can we do to shift it, to move it, to move the energy? So think about that for a second. We're going to do our 17 seconds, okay? I'm going to pull up my timer, and then we'll get to 17 seconds. And I just want you to, if it's just to feel passionate about something, if it's to feel, again, passionate in a certain area, if it's to rekindle the creative spark, think about that. I want you to, I want you to be in that space, right? And if you're driving, obviously you can't. If you're listening, but just feel into it, okay? Even if you're driving, you can feel emotions. You don't have to close your eyes, right? To just be in the 17-second space where you would like to rekindle passion, or where you like to ignite passion, where you would like to fuel it. Hello, Sir Lady Alex. Ahoy! I'm so glad you popped in. So while you're driving too, a lot of people are driving. Oh my gosh. Okay, be careful, please. And over here it was snowing just a little bit ago. So Mr. Wallace, please be careful. So keep your eyes open as you're thinking. But you can think. You can go into that contemplative thought of thinking. And I'm thankful that you guys are joining me, even if you're driving. You know, but like I said, just keep your eyes on the road. Be vigilant and aware. So be in that space, okay? You ready? So for those of you who can, please close your eyes and take a moment to just breathe. And if you have to keep your eyes open for whatever reason, just breathe. You can breathe and you can just settle into being hyper-focused, at the same time very aware of your feelings. And think about one area that you would like to fuel with passion, that you would like to ignite, or you would like to feel passion for, okay? Because it isn't something that you need to shift away or out of. Okay? And I want you to feel now that it has already happened. You are already feeling it. And you're excited. And you have that passion in you, that drive, that you wake up in the morning and you're like, I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to be in this space. I can't wait for fill in the blank, okay? And you feel it. You feel that oh my gosh, that almost the point where, you know, sleep, okay, you're done sleeping. It's time to get up. It's time to get going. That much passion. Okay, are you ready? And begin. Just feel it. Imagine your day. Imagine being in that space. How easy it comes to you. How exciting it is. And stop. All right, so remember that 17 seconds. That 17 seconds is so easy, so doable. We are in such a world right now where we need just 17 seconds to manifest, to start to put our focus. So did you feel any shifting? Did you feel anything that made you feel like, oh, there's that spark. There's that indicator that I am moving towards what it is that I desire. I'm refueling, rekindling. So how does that feel? For those of you who can chat, okay, Priestess Jordan's giving me a thumbs up. Awesome. So, all right, I pulled a card because I was guided to just pull from my Whisperings of, this is the new moon. I have the two, Whisperings of the Dark Moon, Whisperings of the New Moon. No longer in print, but I use them because they're literally my favorite oracle for me, of course, right? This is interesting because we're talking about passion, and the card that I got for us is Unlock Your Hidden Talent. So how applicable is this to our lives? That hidden talent is so amazing. Okay, think back to when you first started something that is meaningful in your life. It could be a love. It could be an area of learning. It could be when you first started learning about magic, or it could be whatever really means something to you, right? And that feeling of excitement, that you just get sturdy in your stomach like that. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So excited. And how it made you feel. Like you couldn't get enough of it. Like it was so important to you. It was so amazing and exciting, and you couldn't wait to talk. Literally, you talked about it to everybody because it was something that was always on your mind. It was something that you constantly were in, and it just fueled your life. It made all the stuff that we go through like worth it. And that in that area, that is where we're to now shifting it, unlock our hidden talents. Like there's something in us still. Like we're not done. We haven't explored every avenue of who we are. We haven't explored every talent that we have. We are full of them. We are full of talent. Sometimes it's hidden potential, and sometimes it is a talent that we're aware of, but we maybe felt discouraged by because we maybe attempted or thought about it and shared it, the idea about it, with somebody, and because of their own experiences or fears or whatever, maybe weren't as encouraging as we wanted, and so maybe we believed them and thought, well, maybe I won't do it. Or maybe it was just that inner voice that's, you can't do that, that's hard, or made up reasons why it wouldn't work. And you put it kind of to the back burner, but it kind of always stayed there. It kind of was like, God, that would be really cool, right? Or you saw other people doing it and you thought, I could do that, but maybe, and you wouldn't get into that space of confidence to fuel it, to do it. And it's a hidden talent. It's there. It's like your soul speaking to you and saying, hey, look at this person. And you feel something. You're like, wow, that's really cool. Like I could do that. Couldn't I? Mean, if I learned, right? Or that kind of stuff, right? So that is a little inkling that there is talent waiting for you to be uncovered that you possess. It doesn't matter how old you are. You haven't tapped into all your resources. So, and this is one speaking through me, you haven't even tapped into, but a minute area of what your resources and your talents are. There are so many that are gifted to you. And so instead of thinking of the reasons why it won't work, just do it and figure it out as you go, right? That's how things work. I mean, okay, as an example, when I got married, I didn't have a lot of examples of a positive role model of what a healthy marriage should look like. And I did the thing anyway. Just kind of did the thing. Married Mr. Wallace, and whoa, boy, oh boy, what a ride, right? And you learn as you go. And here we are 29 years later, and we're still learning as we go. And it's been a beautiful ride. It's been bumpy, but what hasn't that's worth working for, right? What hasn't? And that's the whole point of this. It's doing the thing, even if you don't know how to exactly do it. You're trusting in that divine spark to get you there, and passion will feel your way until you find the resources or the know-how. Things just kind of come into alignment. I have a saying, and that is, what you are reaching for is also reaching for you. So, and that has been proven time and time again in my life. When I have been reaching for something, and inevitably it has found me because it was also reaching for me. It's not like you're going on some sort of long journey where you Mr. Wallace says he tricked me. Not even Mr. It's a funny inside joke. So there's so much involved. And why are you typing, Mr. Wallace? You should not be commenting. You're driving. Stop it. Spankings when you get home. So think about that, right? In your life where you just need that spark, you need that focus, you need that trusting in yourself that you can do it. You can do the thing that is calling you. And I feel like that's going to be the theme for this evening is doing the thing, unlocking those hidden talents, because we have not met your threshold. You have not met your max. That's just already. And it doesn't matter who you are. I don't even have to know your story, because our soul is constantly evolving. And if we just needed to live one life, then that's all our soul would need. Then that's at the end. But no, you have a plethora of lives that you've lived and will yet live. And you can't tell me that there isn't a reserve in there that you can connect with, to where your soul knows how to do something that you can pull and glean from, right? That's always called connecting and working with your higher self. That's what that means. So it's like, okay, that thing that you want to do, will connect to your high self and be in that space. You're not maxed yet, not even close, right? So thank you, Priestess Lena. Exactly. Mr. Wallace says he's at a stop sign. Okay. You type. That's just so funny. So that's what I'm the point of this. And if you've gotten some inspiration or a snippet of yeah, I can do this. Shakti believes in me. I do. And I would love to hear your success story. I would love to hear what you've done, how you've just done the thing and didn't wait for everything to fall into perfect place. You just did the thing. Like when Mr. Wallace and I had our first child, we were like, we thought we were ready. Yeah, okay, no, but we got ready anyway. We learned along the way. Bless our firstborn, but the whole point is we got ready along the way, so that when Priestess Jordan came along, it was easy peasy lemon squeezy. By the way, it happened to be she was the most perfect child, so that made things a lot easier for her. But, and for us. But, you learn as you go. There's no sense of just going, okay, I got it all figured out, and now I'll do the thing. It could have passed you by. There's a really incredible author. She gave a really great story. And I want to repeat it here because it just came to my mind. And that is the author who wrote, Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote the book Eat, Pray, Love. She talks about a time, because she's a writer, where she had this idea, an inspired idea for a book. And she thought about it, and she was starting to do some research on it. But lo and behold, life happened. And she put it to the side and got busy with this thing that came up in her life. And even though this was always kind of, at her, she didn't really take on that idea for a book. Well, when the time came that time had passed and she went into a bookstore, and it was a certain amount of time that went by, and she saw a book very similar to the idea that came to her head. And so she said it like this: how the muses will speak to those who will listen. They constantly give you ideas, and you choose whether or not you're going to take on that idea. And if not, it moves on, because it has to be created. So it'll move on to the next person who is ready to listen, and they will find someone, because the whole point is that idea needs to be birthed. So it's kind of like, we'll talk, you're not going to listen, okay, well, I'll go on to the next. And so what is meant for you is yours. So if it comes to you, take it and figure it out as you go. We drop some on their head, but they're okay. I don't know, the jury's kind of out on that sometimes. Oh, we shouldn't talk so bad about our kids. No. Just joking, we love them both. We love them all. So anyhow, if that gives you an idea of just something to focus on, to think about, to bring into perspective. So it's so important and so necessary, right? Because in life we think, oh, I'm X age now. I'm at this age now. Time has gone by. I've missed the boat, or that one thing that I could have had, for example, a book, but it didn't happen for me, and now someone's already done it. Doesn't mean that there isn't other ideas out there. If that one came to you, another surely will, right? That wasn't the only book, as an example, the author Elizabeth Gilbert wrote. She wrote many other books and continues to write amazing things. So that wasn't her only idea. And think about that, okay? Just because that one thing that you let slip by, you didn't take action on, doesn't mean that something else won't come to you. It just means stop looking at that one thing and start focusing on, I'm open to the muses to whisper to you. You're open to the new ideas. You're open to the passion, the creation of possibility, and let it come. So I'm going to now get started with channeling words of one, and we will then end this evening together. Beloveds, we celebrate you and welcome you this evening to be here in this momentous time, at this momentous hour. Much is happening around the planet, and yet you still remain vigilant in your faith. This is important to hold on to in the coming days, weeks, months, years. There is a tremendous change that is shifting and evolving our planet. It's very necessary and vital to the ascension of not only Gaia, but our children. A great promise was made from those starseeds who have inhabited bodies, who have inhabited the bodies of children of Gaia. And as this promise is being fulfilled, tumultuous energies and chaotic fields will start to shift. Energetic rifts start to happen. And this is because there is a new paradigm coming in and being birthed. Although we may not have all of the information to give to you at this time, as there are many variables in place, understand this. As you listen to the inner voice, as we have many times encouraged you to do so, it will start to shift and you will be connected to a higher plane of existence. You will start to understand and see through the fallacy of what has been created. And you will see through why the structures are now being reassembled. This is for no more reason than truth needs to prevail, as it always has, as it always will. This is a universal law. There belongs a truth in every single thing, and as it comes forward, it is so. It is right that you should feel questionable about all the things that you are seeing in the world, for not all are true. It is a matter of opinion. It is a matter of their filter. And what is the most important thing right now is for you to see in your filter, your lens, your inner truth. For two people can look at the same thing and see and observe different information. What is meant for you is yours. And it is reminded through our avatar to seek your passion, to seek that which brings you creative spark. Listen to that. Listen to what is calling you, igniting you to take action, inspired action as you step across the thresholds of fear and doubt into trust, into faith, knowing that with each step you are supported and guided. Although you may not see the support or feel the support, you are being guided. Trust your soul and trust the source of where you come from. Remember this, as it is much spoken through the avatar, and that is, your soul is not human, meaning you are more than just a child of Gaia. Although you have fulfilled a promise here, you are expanded across millennial time, aeons of time, into no time. As we like to say, the no time and the no space is your origins. Beyond that illusion that there is limit, you exist. And it is important to reclaim your power, for you are here to do such. We want to remind you also of all the good works that you are doing, all the things that you are focused on that bring joy to you and those whom you love. Seek out the good times, seek out love, seek out those ways to express such expansion. This energy will support you in times of trouble, in times of uncertainty. Love is clear and anchored. It is our desire that you feel and feed this energy through the frequency of our words. Release all that you feel inhibits you. Release all of that doubt. Understand now it is illusion. Understand now, beloved children, that you are more than what you have housed yourself to be. The energy that you surround yourself with, you are more. And it is time to seek and to see clearly. May the blessings of this frequency find you, feed you, and fuel your soul, and magnify you everlasting into the callings in which you have agreed to do on this earth in this incarnation. We will see each other very soon. Call upon us, we are near, in the love of one. Okay, so thank you all for this evening. Thank you all for being here and sharing your energy, whether you're watching live or you're watching in the replay, the recording. Thank you for being here. Expect changes to happen. Expect that you are doing the things that you are called to do, and trust in the process, even if you don't have the backing. You know what I mean? The proof of why you feel what you feel or what the reasons are. Trust in the inner voice, because there are so many people around you that would feel and give you a reason as to otherwise. So with that, I wish you a blessed new moon. Find that fuel, find that passion, and ignite it. Get it to work for you. So much love. Mwah.